Social pollution. That's a band, right? Oh wait, no, it's social distortion is the band. Is social pollution and workplace stress harming you? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Yes. In fact, it may just be killing you slowly. That's a song too. TLC or something? Oh, I have to ask my wife. Wouldn't it be great if we could just all not work? No. In fact, studies show that those who do work without overdoing it in a job they enjoy, keyword enjoy, live longer and happier lives. And we are talking about the not so balanced aspect of work. Thanks to science and public awareness, we know environmental pollution from industry harms our health. Same goes with tobacco, but did you know social pollution is just as harmful? Yep, that's a term. And if it's not, I'm claiming it. And we aren't even talking about the ramifications of EMFs, electromagnetic fields. EMFs are produced by all these electronic devices that we essentially have attached to our bodies all day long. Eventually, they're just going to be implanted into us at birth. Even now, some people even attach these things to them at night as sleep monitors. Might want to rethink doing that on a regular basis. Seriously, rethink it. Don't do it. Check out the non-tinfoil guide to EMFs, how to fix our stupid use of technology. It's not as benign as you may think. It's a book, by the way. So social pollution refers to the long hours, lack of economic security, high cost of healthcare, exhaustion, surviving in a gig economy, lack of parental support, and high stress that has come to characterize work life in the United States and other industrialized countries. Stress is now recognized as the 5th leading cause of death, or I should say the effects of stress. In the new book, Dying for a Paycheck, author Stanford University professor Jeffrey Pfeffer, P-F-E-F-F-E-R. Anyway, he uncovers the disastrous toll of modern work life on human health. So 61% of American workers say workplace stress has made them sick, and 7% have been hospitalized by it. Crazy. Workplace stress leads to the chronic diseases that make up 3/4 of health problems, crushing our healthcare system. This includes diabetes, metabolic syndrome, which is pre-diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and circulatory diseases. Disorders such as alcoholism, drug addiction, and overeating are also linked to high stress and erosion of family and social structures from work-related stress. In fact, one of the worst aspects of modern work life is the effect it's having on our social support structures. It can many times literally destroy families. Long, stressful hours at work breaks up marriages, children, and families, leaves too little time for healthy socialization with friends and family, and makes it difficult for single people to date or establish new relationships. Research clearly shows regular healthy socialization is vital to good health, and that isolation and lack of positive social time can be as bad for you as your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 cigarettes a day. One of the many downsides to workplace stress and social pollution is that it can keep your nervous system stuck in fight or flight mode. A normal stress response is to flee, fight, or freeze. When work stress and the havoc it causes on your home life is constant, you never get a chance to unwind from being in constant flight or fight state. This is what often causes or contributes to what is known as adrenal fatigue. If you don't know what adrenal fatigue is, I've talked about it many times on my various blogs, and I have a dedicated webpage, I think. I don't know. If I don't, I'm going to have one soon. That's probably one of the most common issues we see in my office. The chronic stress from this is devastating to the brain and body health. It accelerates brain aging, causes leaky gut, raises inflammation, and imbalances the hormones, and increases the risk of obesity, cardiovascular disease, and addictive habits. Sounds great, doesn't it? So what can you do to protect yourself from social pollution and workplace stress? Unfortunately, most of us cannot single-handedly change this unhealthy situation in which we find ourselves. However, you can be aware of it and not psychologically buy into the subtle or not so subtle shaming and unhealthy expectations around productivity at workplaces. Fight the power. Companies expect longer hours at lower pay, yet provide little to no job security, sick days, maternity or paternity leave, and so on. Be aware of this and don't internalize the messaging that working long days with no days off makes you a better person. It doesn't. It makes you a sicker person, a lonelier person, and a more tired person. This is where my wife points her finger at me and shakes her head. I know. Do as I say, not as I do. It's something I struggle with, I admit it, everybody does, but I do a pretty good job of playing hard too and making sure I take my vacation time and my family time serious. So if you can downsize your housing, your car payments, or other expenses, consider the positive impact living more modestly can have on your health. It could be the ticket to a dramatic health turnaround. Not having to constantly make enough money to pay for this or pay for that can make a huge difference. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses, because there's always a more wealthy Jones. However, not everyone can afford to downsize, as many are working nonstop to barely get by. Although there's no easy answer to this, recognize your situation and don't ask too much from yourself. It is what it is, and do what you can. It doesn't do any good to worry about that with what you can't change. I think that's a Bible verse. Or maybe a proverb or something, or it should be. The more people that are aware of the problem, the better chance we have at changing the public perception and workplace policies. In the meantime, support your health the best you can with anti-inflammatory diet, seek out support, and make sure to include healthy, restful, and relaxing time in your life as much as possible. If you have a desk job and are too tired to make it to the gym, take regular breaks and move your body. And go for short walks as frequently as possible. Regular physical activity is vital to the health of your brain and body and will help protect you from the harm of workplace stress. So go hang out with some friends and try not to worry too much. Don't worry, be happy. So share this video, like it on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Craig Mortensen. Be happy, be healthy.